receber elenco de The Boys na live!
Welcome everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's up?
Hello, Brazil.
Hello.
So how Brazil has been treating you so far?
Fantastic.
Amazing. Everyone's so warm and enthusiastic. We were saying it's to an unprecedented degree so far for us, I think.
I mean, look at these passionate fans out there.
Yeah, no, everyone's been amazing. I've been wanting to come here for a long time, so this is like, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the show is really huge here in Brazil, and I think it's one of the great surprises of this year. And did you expect such a great reception from the audience?
Yeah, we were hoping for it, but we didn't really expect it. You never really know what to expect. You know, we enjoyed shooting and making the show, but we didn't know how it'd be received.
I think as a rule of thumb, if you have fun making a show, then some of the people will have fun watching the show, and it's a pretty good bunch, and we had a lot of fun making it, so people are enjoying it, I guess.
And so, you guys, did you read the comics before you see the show, or did you say, oh, I've read the script and now I'm going to see the comics?
I didn't know the comic prior to reading the script, but once I read the comic, I was like, well, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty out there. But so it was, for me, it was the material, the characters were just so fun, and the team involved was just so great. So it was a very easy choice.
And did you guys know the comics?
Not prior to the script. Like the introduction for me to the boys was, you know, the initial pilot episode that I read, and then we kind of started reading the issues of the comic book and the graphic novel and got familiar, and then realized it was too late to like, it was like, oh, this is what we're doing? Okay, great, wonderful.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with the comic book, and then I started reading them after I got the job. I remember it was like Christmas time and I had a lot of time off, and so I just sat down at a coffee shop for like 5 days and read through so many volumes, and I was like, whoa!
What is that?
But it's it's an amazing foundation for our show to kind of springboard off of. It's cool.
I also didn't know about the comics before I auditioned for the role, but I was reading the Herogasm volume on the airplane and on my laptop because I had it, and it was the most shocking thing to be reading, and halfway through I was like, maybe I should just do this in a private setting, and I closed my laptop, but I was so
and that's
eager
what made you want to do the show, right? Isn't that what? No, I'm just kidding.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm in.
And you guys are very active on social media. We all saw the backgrounds of the second season, but we see that you guys are very close to each other. So how is to work on a series that you can be friends and enemies? You have to be enemies on the screen.
It's great. Because some of the stuff that we're doing, particularly my character, is fucking insane. So like I have to do such horrible things to these guys, and I'm not usually a horrible person.
Not usually.
But, no, not usually. But we got lucky. There's such a big cast, and everyone genuinely gets on really well. So when you got to do this really nasty things to each other, then it makes it so much easier.
Yeah, it was so nice to come back for season 2 because it feels like we're turning to family at this point. And we work in a city that we don't live in. We work in Canada, so it helps that we're kind of in this really immersive experience and we're away from home, and we've all become immensely close, and it makes it feel like a very safe environment to just have fun in, creatively.
Yeah, and Amazon just released the season 2 trailer. And what can we expect from season 2 of The Boys?
Blood.
Blood.
Blood,
That's-
blood.
Yeah.
Which you can tell from the trailer.
There's a lot of
More
blood.
blood than season 1.
And you can expect, like, at the end of season 1, everyone has gone through a journey and they've ended up with something.
Yeah.
So season 2, like, one of the themes of season 2 is taking whatever the characters ended up with gets taken away, and then it's the character's journey then to figure out how they navigate their world with the thing that they wanted the most gone.
Yeah.
And Erin, Starlight has a major character arc in the first season. She starts in a way and she ends in another way. So what can I expect from her in the second season?
Well, what we can expect from her in the second season is also similar to what the other characters are going through, in the sense that everyone's going through something really different, but ultimately everyone's dealing with a major loss. She's dealing with the loss of, so far in life, everything that has kind of been the core of her belief system has been shattered. Personally, professionally, and so it's her grappling with that in season 2 and trying to kind of maintain her mission to make the world a better place, but having to adjust that majorly according to the new revelations that have been revealed to her about the world that she was striving so hard to be a part of, and now has learned that ironically she might have to kind of fight against. So yeah, she definitely embraces her dark side a little bit more in season 2. She's done a lot of growing up.
Yeah, and Anthony and Jesse, you played kind of evil versions of the Flash and an evil version mixture of Superman / Captain America. So how is for you guys to play like this twisted version of these heroes that are very known?
I mean, it's not really evil versions, it's just like real versions. You know, if someone was the strongest or the fastest man in the world, would they really be that good, or are they going to use those powers to their advantage? You know, with like real life things influence them, you know, would they be tempted to do certain things that maybe a superhero shouldn't do? That's kind of what we have to deal with. I mean, we're all powerful, we're very famous, we're very rich, and we're real people. So, you know, at the end of the day, we kind of have to balance what it would be like to have those kind of powers and how we would use them. So that's basically what, you know, A-Train and Homelander have to deal with. We love being loved. We love what we do, we love who we are, but we're influenced the way that humans would be influenced in those positions.
Yeah. And it's so much fun playing the bad guy. It's just so much fun. Like, I get to laser people in half and kick kids in the head. It's just, I mean, you get to do all the things that you would never dream of in real life, and it's fun.
There's moments that you think, oh, this is kind of too far.
No, I was usually saying it's not far enough. And like, no, we should let's stomp the kid's head. Like it was. I like the extremity. I like pushing it into places that I'm not comfortable, and it makes other people uncomfortable. And I think, you know, I think that's what the fans have responded to as well, is that we're not trying to be safe. We're not pulling any punches. We're going, fuck you, and we'll put it out there, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But we're unapologetic about it.
Yeah, I binge watched the show, like I saw 8 hours, like, okay, I have to see the next one, I have to see the next one of the show. And I think not everyone is good, as all good or all bad. We have this gray area. I think this is the message, right, of the show?
Yeah. I feel like that's the point, because usually in the superhero genre, we've only seen that story depicted as like, these are the good guys, these are the bad guys, black and white. And I think that was like one of the purposes of kind of creating like a pseudo satire of the genre, is exploring that gray area. And like you were saying, if this really existed in our modern world, would it adhere to black and white moralities? And things never do. And it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the major themes of the show, is absolute power corrupts, absolutely. And I mean, to be honest, you know, I love comic shows. I love the DC stuff, the Marvel stuff. It's all great. And you know, we're the ugly stepson or stepchild of those shows. Without them, there is no us. So it's been really fun to do something that really takes that genre, where we've got so much more license, and there's probably, I think, a level of more honesty and reality about if people did have these superpowers, that probably wouldn't be as pure and morally upright as the ones that we see on the big screen.
And Karen, did your experience as Katana in Suicide Squad help you to adjust to this superhero dystopia in any way?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. It's a very different character. Kimiko's not wearing a super suit. She's not a part of. I think Sure. I think it did subconsciously, but she's such a different character. Her mind is different. Her upbringing is different. The only thing that helped was maybe the physicality. Having a trainer and having a martial arts background really helped with the physicality of the female. And the first time I really felt like the character was when I got into the PJs that she was in, and they put dirt on me, and then I knew that I had done enough fitness training to know that I could do some of the action bits. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have to finish because we have to go to the panel. It's insane right there. Everyone's like, we were waiting for the boys. So yeah, prepare yourselves.
We're on the way.
We're looking forward to it.
We're coming.
Prepare yourselves. So can you invite your fans to see season 2 of The Boys?
Brazilian fans, we adore you. Please watch season 2. We hope you love it as much as we do.
We love
and
you
we love
too.
you.
Can't wait for you guys to see it. Can't wait.